I'm Kip Tyndall, Chairman and CEO of the Container Store, and I'd like to introduce John Mackey, co-founder and co-CEO of Whole Foods Market. What would you say is the fairest, most just criticism of your wonderful company? There's bound to be some criticism that you hear that you go, yeah, there's some truth to that.
We do sell some products for people that really aren't very good for people. Soft drinks, they may be natural, they may not have any artificial ingredients, but they're still going to have a concentrated sugar of some type in it. Or if you're buying organic potato chips, they may be organically grown, better for the environment, but still probably not that good for people's health. So you might say the high-quality junk food we sell, we get a lot of criticism that we don't completely walk our talk in terms of selling the foods that are absolutely the healthiest foods possible. I think that's a legitimate criticism, and we're trying to counteract it with our healthy eating education efforts we're making now, but it may be a long, long time before our customers only want to buy the food that's really best for them.
What's the most untrue, aggravating, unfair, cosmically unjust criticism of Whole Foods that you hear that just really makes you turn over in your sleep at night?
I don't think any of those criticisms make me turn over in my sleep at night.
Okay.
But I think the one we've gotten the worst, most unfair rap on it is our prices. That we are continually criticized for being this expensive store, and we've worked very hard on our prices to be competitive. Now we're selling high quality food, so there is a correlation between things that are higher quality. They do tend to cost a little bit more.
Sure.
But we think on a item by item, if they're the same brand or the same quality profile, that we're competitive as anybody else. So we think that's the media's kind of picked up on that, and that's taken on a life of its own. So we think that criticism is not completely deserved.
What single move or policy have you put in place in, say, the last 5 years that you think has had the most significant impact than perhaps anything else?
The commitment the company made about 4 years ago towards selling a lot more locally produced foods, a lot more locally produced agriculture. We've created a local loan program where we're making we've loaned millions of dollars now out to about 100 different small farmers, people who raise livestock animals, small local producers, and we're helping their businesses to grow. There's a renaissance going on in local food production. I think it's a good thing for America, and it's certainly been a good thing for Whole Foods. I'm glad we made a commitment to it.
That's amazing. What's the biggest mistake you've made as CEO?
Probably the biggest mistake I made was an acquisition we did. We bought a vitamin company called Amrion back in 1997, and that was outside of our realm of core competency. We didn't know how to run a vitamin company, and that deal did not work well for us, and we ended up selling that company 3 years later at a significant loss. So the moral of the story for me was to stick to the knitting and not make acquisitions in fields that were non-retail acquisitions, basically.